to the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors new member orientation. This is going to be 2 hours for me for the first part, and the second part will be regarding CLMIS. And so with total, I think it's 4 hours for you. Be patient. I know it's kind of something that we have to relate to you. It might be boring to you, but just listen out. I'll be talking to myself for the next 2 hours, okay? Just to let you know that I'm doing Zoom from my home, and I do have dogs. So in case they bark, I will mute right away and stop them from barking and come back to you, okay? So I apologize in the beginning if my dog go crazy and bark somebody walking on the street, okay? So let's start. And I want to again welcome you. I'm so excited that you are here with me, so I won't be alone by myself. Okay, let's go. So let's start the next slide. So the first part is going to be about ethics and telling you a little bit more about us, about CAR, about NAR. So my name is Ling Chow. I am currently the president, and also I was a past president in 2010. I am born in Taiwan. I am a realtor since, gosh, 1994 or 95, somewhere around there. It really tells you my age. And I am currently as a vice president, so I have duties of MLS committee. I am the MLS committee chair and many other committees as well that I am on. So the first portion is going to be the ethics and letting you know about our local association, CRNAR. And part two is going to be about multiple listings. And that's basically talking about CRMLS rules. And your instructor will be Leon Townsend. He's coming up on the second part. Okay, to receive orientation credit, you must stay for the entire orientation program. Attendance will be monitored via Zoom during the outline training session. In order to receive your new member orientation, refund you must also complete the NAR Code of Ethics training for the new member. So please visit the www.nar.realtor and click on Education, then Code of Ethics training, and then for the new member, then click on Take the course now and follow the prompts. NAR is abbreviation for the National Association of Realtors. I don't know, maybe you have to sign in first. Maybe you have to log in first. I was there last night and it seemed like they want me to log in first. So double check with that. If they want you to log in first, please log in. So every association have their mission statement. And our mission statement is, our mission is to advocate and enhance the interests of realtors, to promote adherence to the realtor code of ethics and professional competency of the members, to safeguard and preserve private property rights, always mindful of the cultural background within communities. Every association has their mission, and this is ours. We are on social media, and we also have tax alert. Facebook is at WSGV.realtor. Instagram is at WSGVR. YouTube is at West and Gabriel Valley Realtors. And WSGVAR introduced a new text message service for updates. So text WSGVR to 72727. We also have Twitter and at WSGVAR and also our website, which is WGVAR.com. I think the text message really helps. If you want any update, they'll come to you on your phone so you can take a look at it. And WSGVAR.com is our website, but we're changing our website soon, hopefully this year. We used to be West San Gabriel Valley Association of Realtors. We took out association. So right now it's WSGVR, but our website is still with the AR. So we are, you are a membership with us. So you're a realtor membership. Did you see that realtor with the R logo on the side? That means it's a trademark. You have to join the association in order to receive that trademark, that you are allowed to use realtor. So we are the West San Gabriel Valley of Realtors, and we are local. We're here. We represent 5 cities, which is Alhambra, Monterey Park, San Gabriel, Rosemead, and Temple City. And currently, we have about over 3,000 members. CAR represent the California Association of Realtor. Abbreviation is CAR, means car. Sometimes we call it car, but it's not the car you drive, okay? It's a California Association of Realtors. They have about over 200,000 members at this time. I think more than 220, maybe. It fluctuates during the market down, market up. And NAR is the National Association of Realtors. So it's we abbreviate NAR, and they have about 1.2 million throughout the whole United States. We are very large, one of the largest associations in United States. Top 5 things you need to know about realtor trademarks. Remember I talked about the R behind realtor? R means the member of the National Association of Realtors. So member can use the realtor trademark within the limitations. Non-member may not use the realtor trademarks. Design standard for realtor mark must be followed. The realtor marks can be used on internet and in marketing as long as you are a member. So for more information, please visit the www.nar.realtor, and then you can go into logos and trademarks. So you might want to ask why it's so important to have a realtor trademark versus a non-realtor. So if you use that R, we basically know you are a realtor member of the local, state, and nationwide member. And based on the R, we know that you're abiding by the code ethics. Oh, the website is wsgvar.com. Is that what you're asking? Okay, member benefits. So we have free or low cost education class. We have a lot of free education classes. We have one of the most education classes locally. A lot of people, we're proud to be known for that because we feel that education is very important to our members. We have zipForm Plus training, which is happening next Monday. You're welcome to join that one. It's a free. It's 9:30 to 12:30. CRMIS metrics training, 45 hours license renewal, commercial seminars, residential purchase agreement, training, etc. Because of COVID-19, WSGVR offers an array of online training classes and training videos. These video library can be found at our website as training videos, so you're welcome to take a look at it. Exclusive member discount. Education courses, you can visit our website and see our member benefit. Go to www.car.org. You're welcome to go in and take a look. There's a lot of information there. You have to sign in, okay? When you sign in, they will ask you for your NAR number. We call it a NERD, and NAR member benefit, which is www.nar.realtor. We have a lot of discount for FedEx, DocuSign, buying Dell, buying Spring rental car, etc. There's a lot of information besides all the special membership discount. But you're welcome to go in. It takes a little while to look at it, but it's quite a more information. Sometimes you got to go back and look again and again. I see there's a question on chat. Let me take a look at it. Going to the next page. Member networking. So we have Member Appreciation Week. That is kind of on hold because of COVID. We cannot meet anymore. Large crowd cannot be meeting. Networking at MLS breakfast every Thursday morning. We at 9 o'clock we have Zoom MLS breakfast. When COVID is over, maybe we can have live at our association. We have caravan. Caravan is a way of saying looking at listings. You visit on Thursday morning and informative meeting every Thursday. We have a lot of meetings. Culture events such as Lunar New Year, Cinco, Cinco de Mayo celebration, and Global Festival. We just had a Chinese Lunar New Year celebration yesterday morning. We have special event for Christmas holiday celebration, July 4th celebration, and Veterans Day celebration. Besides education, we also like to party. Member services. Real Estate Service Center offers sign, writer, flags, flyer holder, shoe cover, real estate books, gifts, pen. Most of them has a Realtor R logo on it, so that's why it's a little bit different than what you can buy outside. Color, black and white flyer printing services. We are very inexpensive compared to Office Depot or any other office supply store. So 0.06, 6 cents, in other words, page of black and white and 30 cents for color. You can email your what you want to print first, and when you come over, you can pick it up. So you can email to membership at wsgvar.com. We will ensure your printing is available when you come over. Because of COVID-19, our offices are closed. However, you can shop online and pick up the association. We're not open, but you can make appointment to come in as well, or knock on the door, see if anybody's there. There is people there, it's just that we're not open to public for you to come in. So make appointment and call before you come. Um, I don't know whether we give our telephone number on the PowerPoint, but our telephone number is area code 626-288-6212. Member services, more, right? zipForm Plus, Zip TMS. You can learn that next Monday if you're interested. You have to learn zipForm. This is where you're going to write your offers. You're going to have your listing contracts. Everything that you need is on zipForm. And zipForm is not owned by ZipLogic anymore. They changed to Lone Wolf. So zipForm is a member benefit. You think that maybe you think why is it so why keep on saying zipForm's member benefit? zipForm is very expensive. zipForm started in California and a couple of states joined, and currently zipForm is nationwide. To join to um, as a realtor, you get it for free. However, if you're not a realtor member, you're not a member of ours or CAR, NAR, you want to purchase, you're welcome to purchase. That is over about $1,000 a year. So it is very, very expensive. And you get that for a minimum price because, actually no price because it's free for you as a member. And of course, our forms are free to you. Some people buy forms from us because they are not a member. They just come in and buy blank forms. And transaction management system, all this you can learn next Monday. I highly recommend all the newcomers to uh, go to zipForm because that's one of the most important items that you will probably need in your real estate professional time here. And Supra services, we have Supra Lockbox, and we have the e-key on your phone. So Supra is we had you have to join monthly. I think it's about $14 or $15 a month, and the Lockbox is not free. Lockbox is quite expensive. However, I think we're probably one of the reasonable price within throughout the whole association around local association. So please call the office at 626-288-6212 to purchase Supra product. I'm not sure if you have to be go through orientation to in order to have your EQ activate. I'm not quite sure about that. I see some question. Hold on, please. Okay, going to next slide. Professional development. So National Association of Realtors family designation. If you see a lot of people with on their business card with a lot of abbreviation, you want to know what they are, they pretty much took the class and they've been certified to use that designation. So ABR is a credit buyer representative. So early for me, I'm so sorry. ALC is a credit land consultant. CCIM is the certified commercial investment member. CCIM is a lot of people do CCIM. If you're in commercial, you want to concentrate on commercial real estate. CCIM is a great way to go in, and CCIM is actually, I think, one of the most expensive one to get certified. Each class is about close. I think finish all the classes, you're going to spend roughly about 4,000 to 5,000, and every year renewal is quite expensive. And to get a certification, you have to make or you have to sell a certain amount of commercial property in order to get the certification. And CIPS is Certified International Property Specialist. Is something that a lot of us has because we feel that we're doing a lot of international buyers and sellers to understand about international transaction. That is a great certification called CIPS. That costs about, I would say, depends on the time, 5 classes, 5 days. It's about, depends on who's offering it. Sometimes they have specials and sometimes they don't. I had it back in 2009, 2010, and that was most expensive class at that time. I think we spent quite a lot of money, and every year you still had to renew on this. And if you're into management, you can certify yourself as property management. You can certify yourself as a real estate broker manager, certified residential specialist. A lot of people are CRS. You see that on the abbreviation, and also counselor of real estate. I don't know which one is that one, but and continues. We have GAA, General Accredited Appraiser. Green is the easiest one to get. I think it's only 1 day. GRI, Graduate Realtor Institute. That is, I think it's 12 classes, and every class is about $100. That is something that a lot of people are very proud to have designation of GRI. PMN is for Performance Management Network. RCE, Association Certified Executive. That it's not us, okay? We're realtors. So that one, certified executive, is someone who runs the association. RAA, Resident Accredited Appraisal again. SRS, Seller Represent Specialist. SIOR, Society of Industry and Office Realtors. SRES. SRES is Senior Real Estate Specialist. If you like to work with seniors, there is some code and rules so you don't violate that. If you're interested in doing that, that's a 1 day class. I think it's 2 class, I'm sorry. But that's pretty interesting to have if you like to work with seniors. More, my gosh, more. AHWD, At Home with Diversity. BPOR, Broker Price Opinion Resources. A lot of people get that one. If you like to make a little extra money doing the short sales, a lot of people were hired to help the bank to do broker price opinion. So sometimes banks will hire you to go out to see how much the house is really worth and a broker opinion. So if you're interested in doing that, you're welcome to. CRETS, Certified Real Estate Team Specialist. ePro. ePro is easy. Cutting edge technology. MRP, Military Relocation Professional. If you want to work with military services people, you're welcome to do that. There's a lot of interesting things there. PSA, Price Strategy Advisor. RENE, Real Estate Negotiation Expert. RSPS, Resort and Second Home Specialist, Property Specialist. SFR, Short Sale and Foreclosure Resources. So I don't know anyone that has all the certification, but I do know that one gentleman has about at least 12 of them, and renewal fee each year is pretty heavy. Commercial services, over 85 commercial members. We have a monthly commercial seminar pertaining to current and relevant topic about commercial real estate industry, market, and the rights of the property owners. The commercial seminars are free to member and non-members. We have monthly training on commercial tools such as MLS, Realtor Property Resources is RPR training. We don't, it kind of got stopped on the Realtor Property Resources because I trained that one. It's, if you're interested to take a look at it, it's NARRPR.com. That's the website. It's a NAR nationwide information about property. So you can probably search Florida, New York, all the wonderful states. Somebody say, hey, you know, I'm looking for a house in so and so. You can search it and see who's the listing agent, and you can refer that property, your client to that property. Annual training on residential development and land use series. We did that. It was a great program. Commercial marketplace free network event for commercial realtors to pitch their property, doing monthly commercial seminar and webinars. That one we kind of stopped because it used to be doing that at the association. So more information about WSUVR commercial services, you're welcome to visit our website. 2021 board of directors. Every year we have new people that's joining on the board, and these people are elected by members like you. You're welcome to vote for our directors. Currently, Mindy Ye is our president. Brian Chen is the president-elect, which means next year he'll be our president. I am the vice president. Lorraine Clark is the treasurer. Yember is secretary. Giuseppe Viziano is immediate past president. Jill Rudar is director. Thomas is director. Thomas Wong. Shang Zhen is director. Nanette Ong is director. And Pauline Lam is the director. So this is our current 2021 board of directors. Our committees, we have so-called the standing committees and we have special committees. You are welcome to join our committees. At the end of the year, our association will send you an email saying, would you like to join some of the committees? If you feel that you can help us and you like to learn more about committees, you're welcome to come. And we really meet once a month. So the standing committees are education, finance, grievance, ledge, membership and special event, multiple listing services, which is the MLS committee, with which I'm in the chair, professional standard and strategic planning. So the special committees are affiliate, bylaw rules, global business council, that's we're talking about international orientation, which is this committee, premises, sergeant at arms, young professional networks. So young professional network is really YPM. If you are young at heart, there's no age limit. You're welcome to join, and if you feel that you're new and you want to get networking with the professionals, that's really a networking group. Our staff, of course, are Albert Tron. You see all these abbreviation behind his name. He took all those classes. So we just talk about all these classes that we have from NAR to he's certified. So he is certified with all these classes. And Angelica Morales is the, uh, the, the lady that's helping us today. She is the operation manager. We have Karen Snow. She's our accountant. Belen Baleros, communication event manager. Fan Tang is, you see, she has also abbreviation behind her name. Is an education and store manager. Christine Chen is member support specialist. Susan Crosstad is a member support coordinator. Affiliate members. Affiliate means that they're not a realtor, but they're doing business in our professional real estate transaction. They are attorneys, lenders, title, escrow, health and wellness, insurance, home warranty, home inspection, plumbers, repairs, any other real estate related company. Please support our affiliates member doing your real estate transaction. If you want to know who they are, we have a list on our website. And if you go to our association, we have a booklet about their company and how to get a hold of them. So CAR and CAR and NAR. So CAR and NAR, right? Annual events. California Association of Realtors. There are over 100 local associations and 32 regions in California. West San Gabriel is region 16. So we're number 16. We combine with another association. Okay, so it's West San Gabriel and Citrus is within one association. CI holds 3 business meetings every year as follow. February, April, and October of this year. We just had our Zoom meeting online with the CAR. Last year, we were pretty much on home. Everything was Zoom. So CAR has a customer service telephone number is 213-739-8227. There is a free legal hotline for members. So their telephone number is 213-739-8282. Please write that down. That would be the most helpful telephone number you will use for CAR. There is a free legal counsel on the other side talking to you. When you call them, you have to understand they're very, very busy. It's not because there's only one realtors. There is, I would say, over 10. There's over 10, not realtors, attorney, over 10, more than 10, or maybe 20 or 30. There's quite a few. There's a lot of real attorney on the phone. It's just that we are calling them and it's kind of overcrowded on the line. So when you call, make sure that you understand you're not going to talk to someone right away. You might be on hold for a while, or they can call you back, and they do call you back. So when you call, ask about question about a transaction that you're kind of confused, or a form that you're kind of confused, or a situation with your other agent in the transaction, or something happened in the transaction, you're not sure whether that's legal or not legal, what's happening, you're welcome to call them. And when you call them, they'll say your name, your company name, either your DRE number or your NER number, and they'll say, are you working? Are you the listing agent? Are you the buyer's agent? Are you the seller agent? Are you the buyer agent? What company? And who are you dealing with on the other party? You know why they ask you is because if you call first, let's say I'm calling, and then I say my name is Ling Chow, and I'm working on this. I'm from so and so company. I'm working at this property address. So let's say Angie is the other real estate agent. If she call after I call, they have a record that I called already. They will tell Angie, hey, I can't help you right now because I have already helped Ling on this transaction, on this, unless you have something to ask other than this transaction, I can help you. But this transaction, Ling has called already. So you have the right first choice. But please call first, okay, if you have any question. For more information, please call WSGV, I'm sorry, please visit car.org. I'm so confused about website now. The National Association of Realtors. There are 54 state associations and 13 regions in United States. So we are, California is the region 13, and we're with Hawaii, by the way. Our region is with Hawaii. NAR events, we have legislative meeting on May in Washington, D.C., and that is right now going to be on Zoom because we, COVID, they don't want us to travel there. And Realtor Conference and Expo, which in November in San Diego, very close to home. So if you're interested to go and visit the NAR Expo Conference and Expo, you're welcome to. It's a big event. There will be a lot of vendors there, a lot of free education classes. So it's kind of fun. You get to learn a lot. You get to see a lot of people from throughout the whole United States. I met someone once from Florida, and he was telling me that their property was booming. I said, why? What's going on in Florida? Apparently, there's a lot of people from north that's moving to south, and during the winter time, a lot of people go down there to live for the winter period. They call what they call this some kind of bird. They call them the flocking birds coming down. But very interesting. Please go. Okay. So Realtor Political Action Committee is the National Association. It's hosted by National. So what we call the um, RPA. Hold on just a second. Let me go to the next slide. Did I bore you guys so far? Are you guys still with me, or you guys fall asleep already? I only see one person video, so hello. I only see a lot of names. I don't see anybody. Everybody's too shy to show me their face. Yeah, everybody's still, I hope I'm not on I call the radio mode. You turn on the radio and left me here alone. Okay, so what is RPAC? The Realtor Action Committee, Political Action Committee, is to raise and spend money to elect candidates who understand and support their interests, basically our interest. The money to accomplish this comes from voluntary contribution made by realtors like you and me. These are not member dues. This is money given freely by realtors in recognition of how important campaign fundraising is to the political process. The RPAC does not buy votes. RPAC enables realtors to support candidates that support the issues that are important to the professional and livelihood. So we donate, voluntarily contribute quite a sum of money, and there's a lot of realtor member that contribute a lot of money every year. And I'm always surprised that they're doing so much. Some people contribute up to 10,000 a year, and some contribute throughout their lifetime. So it is something that it helps to promote and tell our candidate what we support. So what is, here is the RPAC. We're going to see a very short video, okay? A very, very short video. I'm going to play, it's about less than 2 minutes, okay? Tell me if you...
The issues change, but they never end. We fight something and we are victorious in that fight, and 2 years later we find that it's back on the ballot. We have to constantly fight that battle, even sometimes behind the scenes where our members aren't really realizing we're still fighting that battle every day.
whether it be flood insurance or interest rates or FEMA, property taxes, capital gains, 1031 exchanges, they all impact some aspect of our business. Taxes on services, things that we oppose. RPAC helps us fight for those issues.
The issues that we fight are constantly evolving and changing. Every year it's something new. We can never give up. We can never slow down. We have to always be there and be present and make sure that our voices are heard.
You can have everyone being happy. You can almost see the finish line. You never know when that one unexpected thing's going to happen that's going to change everything. And investing in RPAC helps you be at the table to fix it when it does.
As issues started affecting my business, my investments grew. And the more that I learned about it, the more I wanted to be involved.
Get involved, whatever level you can, whether it be $15 level or $30 level. It makes a difference, and you'll start seeing the results. You'll become engaged and help our legislators and elected officials understand that you care about the issues and want to make it a better environment for real estate.
Okay, that was a little short. Oh, what happened? Okay, here it goes. So that is a little bit about the contribution, where it goes, and how to fight for our causes. There were times, it happens in CAR and also happened in NAR. There were times that the banks would like to do real estate within to help their customer to buy and sell their properties, and also to fund the loan, of course. So Bank America was one of them. I don't want to name names, so scratch that out maybe. But that was something we fight for. Okay, so what is RPAC? So it's introducing its Realtor Political Action Committee. It's introduced benefit, voice, exclusive member benefit, information and education, helping realtor and community, evaluation, future and close. So there is the amount that people contribute. So you see that platinum R 10,000. Yeah, I do know people do that. So every year they renew 5,000. Sometimes they still put in 10,000. And golden R is 5,000. Crystal is 2,500. Sterling is 1,000. And the President's Circle is 10,000. And they really, there's a lot of people I know that's President's Circle. Golden R 4,000, and the others are the renewal fee, Crystal and Sterling. So if you want to contribute, please do, because it does help our political action committee and help us to fight for causes that we believe. And Realtor Action Fund is for the California Association of Realtors. Is one of the most important service organization real estate provide in presentation for the halls of government. Realtor Action Fund RAF raised money to advance the goals of our Realtor Political Action Committee is PACS at local, state, federal level government. RAF support and or oppose candidate for election office, elected office who understand or don't understand realtor issues prospectively. So we do use the money, and if we believe that this person or this government official or this candidate that's running is supporting our causes, we will help them to move up. And here is the money that we contribute. You're welcome to contribute. The very basic is 20 and 49 and 148. So this 148 is the true cost of doing business. Of course, we have the 449, which is the Silver Bear, California Silver Bear, and NAR again is the number that we talked about before. Okay, realtor safety, very important. You know, one of you, maybe you don't know it. One of our professional is very. You have to think about safety, especially when you do open houses alone, or you're showing homes, or you taking a stranger in your car to show homes, or you're going to a property that it's empty and you're with a stranger because you don't know this person, you're showing homes to this person. or you're opening up doors as a listing agent to a stranger. So we are very, very cautious about doing this, and there's a called Realtor Safety. NAR has a wealth of resource to help agent, broker, and their association better understand and education each other about safety risks they face. From planning your safety strategy to extensive safety resources, including apps, products, and educators, NAR mainly useful item for all real estate professionals, including regulation, schedule safety webinars, numerous article organization back category, video, and safety alert program. NAR further offers the Safety Matters, Safety Business Equals Safe, Smart Business course free of charge to state and local uh, realtor association. So be careful out there, okay? We're vulnerable to be hurt. Someone might hurt us, okay? Let me go into the next slide. So we're gonna look at a very short video about safety. Please watch because I do know some people got hurt doing open houses, and some people got hurt opening up doors. Uh, I don't know them personally, but they're on the news a lot. Let's watch this video.
As a real estate professional, you are in a unique position that most working professionals never face. In your business, you often share your contact information openly with others, meet unknown clients, and walk through vacant properties, to name a few. It's because of the unique nature of this business that it's critical for all real estate professionals to have personal safety protocols in place that you follow every day, with every client, every time. So what kind of safety protocols should you implement into your daily routine? Here are a few to consider. When meeting a client for the first time, do not meet a new client at a property right away without first having an initial meeting at your office or a public space, like a coffee shop. During the initial meeting, make copies or take photos of the client's driver's license and pre-approval letter for your records. This precaution allows you to keep a record at the office of who your clients are, their information, and a calendar of appointments. When first meeting with a new client, you should discuss the types of real estate they're interested in and walk them through the safety protocols you have in place for all clients. Now you can arrange showings, meet them at properties, and schedule open houses to help them through the biggest financial decision of their life. When viewing a property, it's okay to ask your client to drive separately. This is a safety precaution for you as much as it is for them, not to mention you might both have appointments to go to before or afterward.
Hey, this is cute.
As you tour a property, walk behind your client. This routine safety measure allows them to see the room first and make their own impressions. Many agents do not go into attics, garages, or basements as an additional safety measure. But encourage your client to look around and let you know what they think. It is a safe practice to only show vacant properties which might not have electricity during daylight hours. This allows you to see what safety hazards may exist, like a loose floorboard or any defects the house may have.
It's got potential.
When holding an open house, advise your clients to board their pets and remove jewelry, family photos, credit card receipts, artwork, prescription drugs, and any other valued possessions from the home in advance of the open house. This is just one way to look out for your client and to keep their property and belongings secure. Keep a record of who entered the house by asking everyone who walks in the door to sign in with their name and phone number or show a photo ID. There is something to be said about safety in numbers. Consider bringing along a colleague when holding an open house. If there are several potential buyers walking through the home, even better to have 2 agents on hand to answer questions and keep an eye on things. Safety is an important part of real estate. Be prepared and follow the protocols and processes that have been put in place to keep you and your clients safe. For more information and additional resources, visit www.nar.realtor/safety.
Thank you for watching this short video. You might, oh, hold on. Okay, you might think that we're kind of overdoing the realtor safety, but it is very, very, we're very vulnerable, especially when we do open houses. And try not to do open houses alone. If you're doing an open house alone, make sure you're not wearing any valuable. and hide your purse somewhere. Don't leave your purse or your valuable on a table, because if you get busy, you never know what's going to happen to your valuable items. Some people like to put laptop on the table. You might It might disappear if you get very, very busy. And the other thing is, I never go upstairs with someone that I don't even know. So if they want to go upstairs, they're welcome to go upstairs, but stay close. Make sure you know how to exit fast, and put your car key in on your body. Don't leave it somewhere. So in case you have to run out the house fast, at least you can go into your car. So all these little niches that I have experienced throughout my life. Um, be careful. Okay. One time I was years ago when I was doing open house, and I'm a single mom, so I brought my daughter, and she was in the corner watching, reading and watching books, videos at that time. And she says, "Mommy, I have to go to the bathroom." So I said, "Okay." So I went in the bathroom with her. And when I opened up the door, there was a man standing there at the bathroom door. I screamed like crazy, and the guy screamed like crazy. So we both screaming like crazy because I forgot to close and lock the front door when I went into the bathroom with her. And he almost had a heart attack, and I almost had a heart attack. So remember to always be careful what you do. And there was also a situation happened that this lady was doing an open house on a second story home, and she had a couple guys walked in, and she was so happy and showing them the house. And she went upstairs and said, "Oh, yeah, I want to show you the upstairs master bedroom and so and so." And she walked upstairs and nobody followed her. She turned around, she saw the guy had a gun pointing at her and tell her to come down, and she had to remove all her personal uh, valuables to the guys. So just be careful, okay? All this happens to us, okay? When you're showing home, when you're doing open house, or you're going to open up a house on a vacant house, especially a vacant house, sometimes I don't even go in. I just stay by the door and says, "You're welcome to go inside and take a look. And if you have any question, I'll be here waiting for you." So don't go and be so bubbly and showing, "Oh, this is a great house. This is this. This is." Just stay close to the door. Okay, that's my little personal experience in my life. Okay, so code of ethics. Because you're a realtor, you're buying by the code of ethics. This is the good things. We're so excited to show you this. Okay, why are we buying for the code of ethics and standard practices? Because we believe that if you're a realtor, you have to be professional. In order to be professional, you have to understand what we're talking about. And there's one chat. Let me see. Angie, text something. Okay, so we have code of ethics. You can download this uh, at the NAR website that you're going to take a test on it. we are we are supposed to take code of ethics class every 2 years. So if you take it now, you have to take it again in 2 years. Like me, I had to take it by the end of this year in order to have my real estate license, my not real estate license, my membership renewal with NAR. So we are very, very, we feel this is very important. And why do we feel code of ethics? We're buying, because you're a realtor, you're buying by the code of ethics. So what does that mean when I keep on saying that you're a realtor member versus licensee? Okay, so, you know, you guys know how many licensees there are in California alone? We have about over 400,000 licensee. They are people who is appraisal, attorneys, loan officers, and you are full-time real estate professional. So there is so many people that, or people who just want to be, I know someone who like to get all the license, like my ex-brother-in-law, who has so many, he has a broker license for 40 years and never did a deal. And all this year he keep on renewing, but he doesn't do any real estate transaction. I guess he just like to have the, realtor license. I mean, not realtor, real estate license. So they are licensee. You're a realtor because you join our association. So there is a difference in maybe not to Department of Real Estate, but in our eyes, we are more professional and we abide by the code of ethics. So how many code of ethics we have? We have quite a few, all the way to 17. So there is one called duty of the client and customer. We feel that is very, very important. So when we represent buyer, seller, landlord, tenant, and other clients, such as an agent, realtor pledge themselves to protect and promote the interests of their client. This obligation to the client is primary, but do not relieve realtor of the obligation to treat all parties honestly and serve a buyer and seller, landlord, tenant, or other party in non-agent capacity. Realtor remains obligated to treat all party honestly. So that article number 1 is very important to us. And of course, duty to the public, duty to other realtors is article 3. So there's more to come. What happened to the slide? Did I miss something? Okay, so duty to the public, I can read a little bit to you. So realtors shall avoid exaggeration, misrepresentation, or concealment of pertinent fact relating to property or transaction. Realtors shall not, however, be obligated to discover latent defects in the property, to advise on matter outside the scope of the real estate license, or to disclose facts which are confidential under the scope of agency or non-agency relationship as defined by law. So this is article number 2. Article number 3 is realtor to other realtors. So because you have to, when you're dealing with another realtor, shall cooperate with other broker except when cooperation is not in the client's best interest. The obligation to cooperate does not include obligation to share commission, fee, or otherwise compensate another broker. So the Article 3 is you're looking at very shortly, but there's a total of 11 standard practice on that one. I hope that you guys, when you guys take the code of ethics to try to understand, we do have a committee called grievance. If you feel the other party that you're dealing with is not bound by the code of ethics, you can file a complaint with the grievance. And if you feel that the other party is at fault, we'll move up to professional standard, and that we're going to have a hearing that's held by 3 experienced, trained realtor members of ours to decide whether your complaint is ethics or is not. So we do go by the code of ethics, and we feel very, very proud that we are. When you take the code of ethics, please check and try to understand. The newest standard of practice 10.5. So Article 10 is about too many articles, okay? Duty. So Article 10 is about equal professional service to any person for reason of race, color, religion, sex, handicap, family status, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. So this is very, very because of last year what happens in the United States. NAR feels that we should bind by the standard of practice 10.5. So 10.5 is something new. In last year, November 13th, the NAR board director voted to make some significant changes to the professional standard policy. The changes went into effect immediately upon enactment by the board. So they voted to do this, okay? Add the new standard practice 10.5 to the code of ethics, stating that following: realtor must not use harassing speech, hate speech, epithets, or slur based on race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, other gender identity. So what it really meant is that if oh, this also follows on your social media. So effective November 13, if you post or say something that has to do with this, you're in violation of new standard practice at 10.5. I will have a class in our breakfast meeting on April, I think it's April 1st week. Sorry, March 4th, to talk about the standard practice 10.5. You're welcome to join us. You know, the harassing speech, the hate speech, you can't steer them, you can tell them, or you can't, because they're saying that we tend, even though we don't know it, sometimes we say something that might be offensive. And if you post something or somebody say something and you post, oh, that's right, you could be fined. So if you agree on somebody else's statement of regarding race, color, religion, sex, whatever it is, you're a realtor. You're bound by the standard practice 10.5, and this is because we NAR feels that you're a realtor. You should be professional. You shouldn't do anything like that. So be careful out there, okay? Harassment. They only say harassment speech and hate speech. Harassment can be just a look or a glare or something you feel uncomfortable. They can complain, okay? Just be careful out there. So here it is. We have so many code of ethics. Of course, this is the 1 to 9. We talked about 1, 3, 1, 2, 3 in self-dealing. So you disclose your license. You have to disclose, okay? If you're buying a property yourself, you have to disclose that you are a licensee buying the property yourself. You represent yourself. Self-dealing, prior to rendering. Number 5 is opinion of value or other service inform seller that your interest to purchase. 6, self-dealing, no secret profit. If you're making money, you have to disclose. You have to disclose to the seller. 7 is dual compensation, disclose to all, client consent. So everybody has to know that you're a dual transaction. 8 is trust account records. 9 is clear written documentation. Give copy at signing. Okay. 10 to 14 is duty to the public. Fair housing, we talked about, is number 10. 11 is professional compensation. I'm having problems saying words today. Meet the standard of care of each specialization in which you provide services. 12 is truth in advertising. You make sure you are a true and accurate picture, okay? You can't put a picture of a house that's beautiful and it's great. It's like a luxury home, and when they actually go there, it's a shack, okay? 13, unauthorized practice of law. 14 is duty to cooperate with a professional standard. Okay. By the way, 11. Which one is it? You have to understand that DAR require the first contact of anything has to have your DRE number on it. Okay. So make sure that on your business card, on your flyer, on your open house sign, all have to have your DRE number on it. First contact. If you first contact to the public, you have to have your DRE number. Article 10, Article 15 to 17, duty to other realtors. False, 15 is false or misleading statement. 16 is you cannot interfere with agent-client relations of other. So let's say if you, I have the listing and you went to talk to my seller, that's a no-no. Okay, or I talk to your buyer, that, that's a no-no. If you have a relationship with another, with a client and another realtor trying to talk bad about you, saying, hey, Ling is not a good realtor, she doesn't know what she's doing, that's a no-no. You cannot say those, okay? duty to arbitrate commission dispute. You have to talk about commission dispute on that one. Too many articles, tell you the truth. Sometimes I'm confused too. So, but that's a class you guys have to take, okay? We don't take a break because when we at the association, we'll take a picture. So that's what we usually do. And that's a class that somebody.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for attending the first part of the new member orientation. Before we do take a 15-minute break, I did want to show you some resources that you should be able to take advantage of as a member of the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. I'm going to stop my share screen for just 1 second. I wanted to share some resources here on the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. One of the most important resources that we have is under the commercial and education. We offer a wide range of education classes. You can find it at our website, wsgvar.com. Hover over education and commercial and click on education schedule. You will find our complete education schedule for upcoming classes. One of the classes mentioned was our virtual zipForm training, which is free. We have this every month, and this will teach you how to start using the contract software zipForms. We also have commercial webinars, and we have a new member benefit called Glide for Forms. zipForms is one software that you can use in order to do your contracts. Glide is also another platform. So we offer realtors a wider range of tools, and you decide what works best for your business. Again, that's wsgvar.com and education schedule under education and commercial. Another thing we have is forms. If you change brokerages or need us to make a change to one of your listings, if you go to our website and click on forms, you'll see a wider range of forms that need to be filled out. If you change brokerages, you'll fill out the office transfer form and send that in, and we'll move you into your new brokerage. If you need us to make a change on your listing, you can send us an MLS status change form, and we will make changes for you should you need us to do that on your behalf. Another great resource on the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors website is the Pay Dues /online store. This is where you sign in using your member number without the WS and your password. The password is not your CRMLS password. It was emailed to you in your welcome email, and you do have the ability to change it. When you sign in, you'll see any dues that are due to you. Please note that MLS fees are billed quarterly, and they are separate from your yearly realtor membership fees. So you'll make two types of payments on this portal, your realtor membership and your MLS fees. If you click on any of these, you can also view your paid and unpaid invoices. So that way, when tax time comes around, you can view paid invoices that you've paid for the prior year. Those are just a few of the resources that I wanted to share with you before we go on break. Before I issue a 15-minute break, I do ask that you stay logged on, do not log off, stay logged on. And we will resume here. It's about 10:10. Does anyone have any questions? If not, we will meet back here at 10:25. Again, please do not log off. And thank you so much, Vivian. I appreciate that feedback. I will see everyone here at 10:25. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It is 10:25, and we have Brian Chen, our president-elect, here for the second portion. Brian, you should be able to unmute yourself as of now. Thank
Okay,
you.
finally I was able to unmute myself. I was getting a little worried. Somebody muted me, put a muffle over my mouth. Angie didn't want me to get myself in trouble again by saying things I shouldn't be saying, which I have a tendency to do. But I feel I'm amongst friends and I speak very frankly with all my friends. So anyway, welcome to the second session of the new member orientations. You made a great decision by joining this wonderful association. And I'm here to tell you about the multiple listing service, which is one of the most utilized member services of um, an association membership. Most people join without even realizing they have all those other association membership benefits, but they joined for the purpose of using the multiple listing service. So I'm here to share with you a little bit history and background to explaining to you what the multiple listing is about. I'm not here to teach you how to use multiple the CRMLS system. That's a different class. This is designed to give you information about what multiple listing services is, what they can, and what they can do to you if you violate some of the rules and regulations. So without further ado, before MLS was ever formed, there was no central location to share information. So agents find out about listing information through words of mouth or driving by looking at signs. And there was no sharing of commission. So what does the agent have to do? Agent have to argue to each other, hey, I have a good customer. I want to make an offer. How much are you going to offer me on a cooperation commission? Why do I want to cooperate with you? I have my own client. MLS was not there. There was no mutual agreement on sharing of commission, so people argue all the time. Then finally, if they were able to strike up a deal, they open escrow, they are buried under tons of paperwork. And then at the end, they take their little money, deposit into the bank, the cycle begin all over again, okay? That was before the MLS days. Remember, MLS participation is voluntary. In other words, a large office may decide to leave the MLS, okay? And throughout the history, large real estate organizations such as Prudential, Century 21, they have threatened before that they're big enough, they're going to form their own MLS just among Century 21s and not deal with all the other MLSs, okay? But fortunately, through the open market economy, their agents want to expose their listings to more than just Century 21 agents. They want to expose their listing to more people. So we were saved. Those companies were forced to stay within the MLS. That is a good thing for their agents. It is a good thing for listing agents to put listings on the MLS, because without putting the listing on the MLS, you, the listing agent, is in breach of your contract with your seller. So you must put the listing onto the MLS. It is a breach of listing contract, because your listing contract says, I will put your property onto the open market to expose it to the maximum amount of exposure possible. Okay, so MLS is the most basic first step of marketing your listing. Okay, so what is an MLS? MLS is a means for making a blanket unilateral offer of compensation. Okay, that means when you input your listing into the MLS, you must answer one question. How much am I going to pay you, the agents who bring me a buyer? How much? And this is a blanket because I don't know who. I'm not talking to one person. I'm putting into the computer system for everyone who see my listing in the computer system. So that is called blanket. Unilateral means one-sided. I'm making the offer to everybody. When they say, but you know, real estate law says agreement has to be bilateral, right? Bilateral means one offered, the other accepted. So when does the unilateral offer of compensation become bilateral? By the time you, the other selling agent who represent the buyer, decided to show the property under the MLS because they offered 2%. You show the property, your action shows that you agreed to take that 2%. So if they say 1.5%, by showing the property, your action agreed with their offer. Second good thing about MLS is it facilitating an orderly correlation and dissemination of listing information. Why? It used to be like this. We used to put the if the listing is not on the MLS, who has the most information about the listing? The listing agent, right? And if the listing agent share that information to the office, okay, there will, you know, most of you probably belongs to an office that have regular office meetings where agents pitch their listings to coworkers, and they will tell all kinds of good stuff about their listings, right? And yet, if another agent calls them to ask about their listing, they don't have that much time. They'll say, yeah, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. And the list price is $650,000. Go sell it. But when they are in their office, they'll say, oh, the roof was installed last year. Oh, by the way, the entire house piping, the plumbing was completely repiped in 2 years ago. So their people in their office will have more information than the people outside. So MLS changed that because now when you put it on the computer system, you can put in what kind of features, functions, you know, how to market everything. You can put the more information you put on the MLS, the more information the other cooperating agent has to market your listing to their client. Okay, so it is your fiduciary duty to put as much information as possible to the MLS on behalf of your seller. So when I see listings, and I still see those listings once in a while, that has very little information. Everything else on the MLS field is all blank. It just have very basic minimum information. Even the description, even the property description is one line. We have multiple lines that you can put in, or you can describe your property, make it sound very attractive. And yet we still have listings that say very little. Those kind of agents, we already know they don't, number one, either they don't know how to market properties, or they don't want to cooperate with other people. Okay, so your listing on the MLS also represent who you are. Give people a mental picture of what kind of people you are. So the more information you put in, you got to verify all information. You got to make sure the information you put into the MLS are accurate. Accurate. In other words, what? Do not boast something that's not true. Okay? So of course, the third function is MLS help agents to better provide better service to their clients, right? I can get more information from the MLS to show to my buyers. And listing agents, I expose the listing I have to a lot more people in the MLS than just people in my office, okay? Who can join? Every real estate licensee can join. But if you're a salesperson, you must join under your broker. So if your broker is a realtor member of West and Gable Valley Realtors, you must join as a realtor. If your broker is a MLS only, you have to join as an MLS only subscriber. Okay, so you obviously if you have sit through the part 1, you're all realtor members, because multiple listing service is separated from part 1, become part 2 for the purpose of MLS onlys just need to attend the second session. They don't need to attend the association membership benefit because they're not association members and they don't get the other benefits and they pay to join the MLS only. And if they want to use zip forms, they have to pay to use zip forms, whereas you already paid for the zip form with your annual dues. Okay, we probably sometime this year will resume our weekly networking in the association. Okay, in the association. But during the COVID, we have weekly networking breakfast meetings. Okay, at, at the leisure of your own homes through the convention of Zoom meetings. So for the past year, for the past year, we've been conducting weekly networking meetings on Zoom on Thursday mornings. Okay, Thursday mornings starting at 9 a.m. We have Zoom meetings. Okay, on the weekly networking. But I suspect sometime this year we will go back to open meetings in the association office. Okay, so stay tuned. Stay tuned of our association news and announcements. Remember, if you have a cell phone, please subscribe to our news announcements by doing the text. Is it still 313131 or something? Anyway.
Yes.
Okay, so you can text to 313131 and your cell phone will join the association's information announcement network and you will receive text messages on your cell phone, okay? We have commercial networking meetings. Again, due to the pandemic, it's only on the second Tuesday. Second Tuesday, starting at 12 p.m. Okay, it's on the Zoom. Okay, on Zoom. But like our breakfast meetings, if the breakfast meeting go back to our big meeting room, the commercial monthly commercial networking meeting will go back to the association office as well. Another thing that MLS offers is dispute resolution. Actually, that is a association function. But because you're part of the MLS, if you violate MLS rules and another person decide to bring you up on charges, they can take you to the associations and file a complaint on you, professional standards hearing. Okay, the complaint is go through the grievance committee. Go through the grievance committee first. You file the complaint. You cite the rules and regulations of which you believe the respondent. The respondent is like the defendant. You are the complainant. Complainant is like a plaintiff in a lawsuit. But because association is not a court of law, we're called complainant. I'm making a complaint. And another person who is the target of my complaint is called the respondent because they have to respond to my complaint. Okay, so terminology is different, but the idea is similar. I'm the plaintiff, he's the defendant, and I have to charge him with crimes, right? So when I write in the complaint what rules he has violated, okay, that's like bringing up on charges, okay? It goes through grievance committee. The grievance committee look at your complaint on description of what happened, and then they look at your charges to say, what you say about what happened, does that fit the charges you're making against the person? If it fits, it sends it over to professional standards hearing. A hearing panel will be formed, and then we will schedule a hearing, okay? And you bring your evidence, and the defendant, which is the respondent, also bring their evidence, and we conduct a hearing, okay? That's basically the procedure. And then once the hearing is conducted, and then they will make a decision in writing, and they will notify you about the decision in writing. They will not make a decision in front of you. They will need time to, after the hearing, they will need time to discuss the merit of the case, discuss what kind of punishment if the respondent is found guilty. So all that is done afterwards, okay? And if you have money disputes, you believe the other side has cheated you out of commissions, you bring them up on an arbitration hearing, okay? And you can do it here at the association level, because as a membership, you agree to arbitrate. You agree to arbitrate your disputes instead of taking the other people to court, okay? And arbitration is much faster. An arbitration case can be decided within 6 months. A superior court action average takes about 2 to 3 years from beginning to end. So most people prefer arbitration because they want to be done with so they can move on with their lives, okay? So arbitration is also can be handled at the association level. So here are the two things. Anything with the money is called arbitration. Anything with a code violation that you believe you've been wronged, okay, is ethics complaint or rules and regulation complaints, okay? And it goes through professional standard hearings, and then the decision is sent back to the people, both parties, and the parties can request for a review of the decision, okay? That's called due process. That's called due process. Now, arbitration is money that you believe people owe you, and then you file a complaint. That's arbitration, so you will get money back. Ethics complaint, you don't get any money. You get a satisfaction of the other guy being punished for the bad things they did. And the association may issue fines on that person up to $15,000. Fines up to $15,000, okay? And but you don't get a dime out of it. You don't get any money out of it. You get a satisfaction that the other guy is punished by having to pay for their mistake, okay? And I do encourage, if you cannot resolve, if something really, the other guy really did something bad, violated some ethics against you, okay, and you really been hurt about it, please bring them up on charges, because we need to teach those kind of people a lesson. One of my agents, frequently, my agents come and complain to me what the other side did. And I said, well, obviously that's a violation. You want to go to the board and file a complaint. Oh, it's too much trouble. I have to show houses every day. I'm too much trouble. So as a broker, I cannot force them to file charges. I cannot force my independent contractors to file charges. But I try to explain to them, if you don't do this, if everyone takes the attitude like you, oh, forget it, it's too much trouble. That guy get away with it with you, he will get away with it with 10 other people. Pretty soon, that's the way he always operates. And then he'll always get away with it. Then you'll have a industry filled of people who violates rules against each other, because nobody is going to bother to bring them up on charges. So I implore you, if you feel the other side has violated rules and regulations against you and you're mad about it, don't get mad, get even. File charges against them. We want to hear those cases. We want to make sure the real offenders get punished. We love to punish those bad agents out there who's doing bad things. And you are the only police out there. There is no police department you can call and say, hey, arrest that guy for a crime. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to bring them up on charges. And that means you have to do the chores, filling out the forms, collecting the evidence, because you have to back up your claim. But do it for yourself. Do it for the entire industry. Okay? Thank you. So sometimes you may lose your license. So if you breach your duty for membership, you can lose your membership. But if you're convicted by a court for a felony of or any crime involving moral turpitude, the DRE may take away your license. The moment DRE take away your license, your membership at the association level is stopped. Okay, it's stopped. And unfortunately, no, you do not get a refund of your membership. So your membership is paid in January. So the best time to lose your license is in December. That way you're not paying your January dues for the entire year and then find out in January you got a letter from DRE, your license is suspended and your membership is suspended. Okay, so that's a joke, by the way, so you can laugh. Okay, so there is no good timing to lose your license. No, there is never a good timing to lose your license. We are in business for life. This is one of the license that's so valuable because you can do real estate. For example, I've been doing real estate since 1989. Okay, I have over 32 years in business. Okay, and I have known people who are in business for 40, 50 years. They're still in business. Okay, there is no required retirement age in real estate. As long as you can function clearly, you can think clearly, you can write clearly, you can negotiate effectively, you're still being business. You can represent your client. Okay? Now, beware of antitrust laws. I know a lot of the new agents, their things on their mind is how much is the standard commission that I can charge? Well, according to the United States antitrust laws, there is no such thing as a standard commission. An industry cannot set a minimum commission. All commissions are negotiated between the agent or the broker, between the broker and the principal. The principal meaning either a landlord or a seller. Okay, that's who they negotiate the commission with. From time to time, you may be negotiating a commission between you and your buyer. Okay, that's called buyer representation commission. Okay, because the buyer may found a house that's for sale by owner, and the buyer wanted somebody to represent them, but the for sale by owner seller says, I'm not going to pay commission. So who pays for commission? Buyer pays. The one that wants the realtor service, okay, pays the commission. So seldomly, okay, but sometimes we do get buyer to pay commissions, okay? So be careful of antitrust laws. When you come to the association, do not talk to other people about, hey, what do you usually charge for commission? What is a standard commission? There's no such thing as standard commission, okay? So don't come to the associations and talk to each other about commission that you charge. I know this is, in some cultures, friends sharing how much they make, it's sign of friendship, okay? But in United States, if you ask your friend, hey, how much you make a month, they'll turn to you and say, that's none of your business, okay? How much we make is very private to each one of us, okay? So don't make the mistake of trying to ask people, so how much you charge for the commission for that? That's none of your business. I am offering you 2%. You either agree or don't show my listing. You have the freedom of not showing my listing. But how much you're making, I don't care. You know, in today's market, you know, I have signed many commission instructions where the agent representing the buyer is getting 2% or 2.5%, and the agent representing the seller is only getting less than 1% sometimes. You know, there is no set commission. It depends on how people negotiate. Okay, so there is no set. And also in the MLS, there's no rules that says you must share 50-50. There is no rules that says you must share 50-50. So sometimes in a slower market, you may see somebody says, if you can sell it, I will offer you 3.5% commission. Sometimes if they're desperate, they may even say 4%. I'll offer you 4% if you can sell my listing. Okay, so the offer of compensations to the cooperating agent is what? It's another marketing tool. It's another marketing tool that the listing agent can use to entice more agents willing to write offers on their property. So there is no set rule says everything has to be shared 50-50. No such rule. Okay. West San Gabriel Valley of Realtors. Well, actually, it's now called the West San Gabriel Realtors, West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. It used to be called West San Gabriel Valley Association of Realtors, but we changed our name last year. Okay, so now we're called the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. It's a member of the California Regional MLS, the CRMLS. And you are so lucky because CRMLS is the largest MLS system in the US. Okay, this is their support number and this is their hours of support. You can do a screen print and save this information. So most of you, if you want, you can, I give you 2 seconds to click print screen or save screen or screenshot. Okay. Uh, okay, so we're gonna move on. This is the number you will call CRMLS support. Okay, for anything you need while you're using the MLS system. The mission of the CRMLS is to deliver through local member associations the most affordable, reliable, and convenient listing technology service available, and to provide product and services that support realtors in the maximizing use of property data to achieve business goals. What is our business goals, you may ask? Our business goals is to sell the listing. Sell the listing. Your business goal is to get your offer accepted so you can be the one who receives the commission. The listing agent, if they get 15 people making offers, they are for sure going to make an offer, make a commission, right? But for you, your chance is 1 out of 15 that your offer will be accepted. So your business goals may be more aggressive than the listing agent's business goal because you want to beat out the other 14 competitors and be the one that wins the acceptance. And I've seen a lot of creativities making the offer stronger, making the offer more attractive to the seller. Okay, so how to do that? Speak to your broker, speak to your office manager, speak to your mentors and trainers. Okay, we at the association, we don't teach any of that. Okay, so let me explain a little bit. Just describe CRMLS so you can understand the perspectives. We have at any one time over 100,000 active listings in our database. Over 100,000 active listings in our database at any given one time. Okay, we have over 145 real estate professionals using the systems every single day. Every single day. And by the way, these are statistics as of January of 2021. So what does that mean? We're in April. So the number may have increased or decreased depending on the market activities. But as you know, we have a lot more people joining in. Just this month, we have over I believe over 35 or 50 people joining in. Today at this new member orientation, we have over 20 people participating in today's new member orientations, which is a drop, by the way, because last time I taught in January, I think I had over 40 people attending. So every month we have new people joining into the business all the time. So what does that mean? You have more and more competitors, but that's good because you have to be better than the rest. So your goal for as a new member joining in the business is the first 2 years you should get educations. You should learn how to do real estate. You have to be very good at what you do because you're competing with other real estate agents who are experienced. Okay. So to the left of your screen is the market information that you can find on the CRMLS. And you can see Southern California, you can see Central California, you can even see Northern California. Okay, that's because CRMLS is the largest in the nation. We cover a lot of territories, okay? And we have 3 different colors. You can see dark blue is participating association. That means association who belongs to CRMLS. And middle blue, medium blue is the data share. What does that mean? Other MLSs, smaller MLSs, they want to get our data. So we say to them, you want to get our data, you share your data with us. So we enter into a data share. So their data, their listing data is also can be found in the CRMLS database. And our database can be found in their database. So their members also get the same big pot of data, okay? You do see a few small areas that do reciprocal access. Those are the association who doesn't want to data share with us. They want to stay within their system, okay? And we say that's fine, but can our member get a reciprocal access? That means your member can get a guest user and look at our database and let our member get a guest user code to go into your system and look at your listing information. Because a license says what? We can do real estate in the entire California, okay, entire state. And they say, oh, okay, that's a good idea. We're willing to do that. Okay. So those are the light blue called reciprocal access, okay? Here are the associations who belongs to the participation, which are our members, and then data share association are listed here. And of course, the reciprocal access. The reciprocal access are Alameda, East Bay, Contra Costa, Honolulu, okay, Honolulu, Hawaii, okay, and Southern Yuba, okay, those are the smaller MLSs. They do reciprocal access. For why do they do that? Because they want to protect their little MLS. They're afraid the big MLS is going to take them over and they're going to lose. They're going to dissolve, okay? Because everybody wants to belongs to a larger membership, okay? So that's why. Okay. So here are the distribution of different kinds. We are member association. We have over 40 member associations. And then we have 15 data share and 15 reciprocal, 5 reciprocal access association or MLSs, okay? Oh, CRMLS offer a lot of member benefits, okay? Besides the basic matrix, you also get another MLS system called Cloud MLX. So CRMLS matrix or Cloud MLX, okay? For marketing, We have the systems standard CMA report that's within the matrix. We call that the matrix CMA. Or you can use a outside service called Cloud CMA, okay? Cloud Streams, eProperty Watch, InfoSpark. InfoSpark is for market statistics. All these are available. When you log into the CRMLS system, look on the left-hand side. Those are all of the extra services and benefits that you can be utilizing, okay? So when you have time, don't stay home and watch YouTube videos. Go to the MLS system and explore the left side, the one that, because most of us, we log into the CRMLS, we just go straight to the matrix system to look for listings. We're forgetting all these other tools that can help us market ourselves, okay? And for the mobile, most of us like to use mobile phone, mobile services. Hey, CRMLS has a mobile app for you to search the MLS. They also have two others, HomeSnap Pro. HomeSnap Pro means what? You're standing in front of a listing. You can take a picture of that listing and then immediately it will show you all the listing information about that property. That's called HomeSnap Pro. And there's a MLS Touch. That's another MLS search system where you, with a touch of your finger on the app, you can find out listing information. Okay, and for finance, we have RatePlug. RatePlug is a website where you find the best interest rate. So sometimes if your clients ask you, well, I don't know which lender has the best rate, you can go to RatePlug and find out. The rate changes daily. So it's a website of, lenders in interest rates. Okay, that's RatePlug. Okay, syndication. What is syndication? We send our listing information to other internet portals. Okay, so ListHub is the syndication we use, and ListHub sends real estate data to about 27 different websites, okay, all over the world. So we send our listing to ListHub. ListHub distributes it to the internet, exposing it to all kinds of websites in internet, okay? And besides, that's in addition to to Redfin, okay, to other online real estate companies, okay? So those are different, but ListHub goes to the website, okay, different websites. Multi-purpose platforms. Well, we have Realtor's property resource offered by NAR, Realtor Property Resource, okay? Those are good information. You can create fast CMAs about a particular area. It's not as accurate as a CMA that you do based on an address search. This is about, for example, in the city of San Gabriel, okay, what are the basic real estate information? It's pretty similar to this one. It's pretty similar to InfoSparks, but it's more gears to a report that you can hand to your client, okay? Remind and Lion Desk, those are transaction management platforms that people can subscribe to, okay? Networking, we have New Home Source Professional that will tell you where are the new homes being built, okay? That is only if that builder subscribe to New Home Source, okay? But most of the builders do put their new home developments on the New Home Source Professional website, okay? Scheduling, showing time. You, on the MLS, if there is a place, say, click here to make an appointment. It used to be very effective. This service is somewhat diminished during the COVID because it is more, you can't just click and schedule a showing anymore. You have to contact the listing agent and send them the PEAD form for showing, right? That's called PEAD-V, okay? That's what we have to do. And the buyer have to, the people want to show see the house, and you have to sign it and send it to the listing agent before the listing agent will give you the CBS code to open the lockbox. Okay, that is showing during pandemic. Okay, we have a tax system on the on the MLS called Realist Tax System. That is a great system. You know how on your listing you have a APN number that's a link. You click on that link, it takes you to the tax data. You can find out who are the owners' names, because you need to know the owners' names when you write offers. Do not write offers and leave the owner's name blank. In contract law, you must have the person who is making the offer and the person who you're making the offer to on the contract. I seen my agents make the mistake. Oh, I didn't know the seller's name, so I left it blank. I said, then your offer is not a legal contract. In order for a contract to be formed, you have to have the persons making the offer and the name of the person the offer is going to, and that person have to accept the offer. We have to make it an offer, acceptance of offer. So we got to have both parties' names. So Realist is a real convenience feature. Before Realist was added to a matrix system, you know what we always have to do before we write offers? We have to call up a title company and say, can I have a property profile? We no longer need property profiles because you can run a property profile right on our matrix system. So learn how to use that. Okay. International, we have Proxio. What does that mean? Proxio is a internet search engine that you can put different links, okay, in your own website in different languages. Proxio put our listing data into 13 different languages. 13 different languages. Spanish, French, Germany, Portuguese, Chinese, both traditional and simplified, Tagalog, okay, Vietnamese, Japanese. I mean, 13 different languages around the world. So basically, if you use Proxio, you can target different language customer base. Okay, so we have people who serve, very diverse customer base. So, you can do that. Okay, Proxio. So all these are additional member benefits that's on the matrix system. So don't just click and go search listing. Look on the left-hand side and find out all these additional benefits that's at your fingertips, okay? FHA Pro. FHA Pro is a website that tells you whether or not a condo or a homeowner association is FHA approved. So if you have a listing that has a homeowner association, the first thing you, the listing agent, should do is to search that association name on FHA Pro to find out whether or not your association is FHA approved. If your association is not FHA approved, you cannot accept FHA loan offers. Understand, we have agents even guilty in my office forget to do that, and then they accepted an offer with FHA loan specified on the offer, FHA loan, and they go through and wasted 20 days only to find out they cannot remove loan contingencies because the lender found out the homeowner association is not FHA approved. So they cannot do the FHA loan. And because their offer says, I'm doing FHA loan, even though they may remove the other contingencies, but because they are protected with FHA loan, and their loan failed, seller have to cancel and give back the 3% deposit. So you as a listing agent, if you have a homeowner association, you should immediately use FHA Pro to find out whether or not your homeowner association is FHA approved. If it's not FHA approved, there's two types of loans you're not going to be able to do. One is FHA loan. Second is VA loan, because VA is a government loan, guaranteed loan. They also look at homeowner association to see whether or not that association is federal standard approved. FHA approved means the association's operation meets federal mandates for a healthy homeowner association. There are a lot of condos out there where the homeowner association, HOA, is not healthy and does not meet federal guidelines. But because FHA are private organizations, they can still be in business and still operate. It's just not up to the federal standard guideline, and therefore they're not FHA or VA approved. Okay, just understand that. And this may be new to you. You don't quite understand. Just memorize it. Okay, FHA Pro is to check on HOA approval. Okay, Real Satisfied. Real Satisfied is a online survey. Okay, it's like a rating, similar to restaurant ratings. Okay, Real Satisfied is a rating service that you can belong to, and whenever you have good customer and you ask them to write a good review on Real Satisfied. That's all. Okay, now to the biggest benefits of your membership with association is that you get to use zipForm for free. It's you're part of your association dues, paid for the system. Okay, so it is free for you to use zipForm. Okay, so you need to use zipForm to write offers, to write counter offers, to provide seller disclosures and everything. For those of you who are MLS onlys, last time I checked, I believe zipForm service used to be $495 a year if you need to subscribe to the zipForm as a non-realtor member, okay, as a additional service. You have to contact CAR to find out how much it is now. The number, the amount I gave you was good to the end of 2019. I haven't been checking up on the price because it's not, we don't sell zipForm to non-members. Maybe the association will know because they have to give you access to zipForm. So you can check with the association staff on that. But let me tell you, just the zipForm subscription makes sense for you, the MLS onlys, if you do want to write offers and use zipForms, to just simply join the association as a realtor members. Okay. Okay. Coronavirus. Okay. Coronavirus. Such a dirty word, isn't it? It has affected so many of us. Okay. You have to follow certain rules. Listing agents, you must post this warning on every listing. And the rule says it's the point of entry. So in other words, when you open the door, the first wall they see, you should have this warning sign there. And there's 2 pages. This is only the color sign. There's another side that's just language, okay? If you go to zipForms, it'll print both out for you. Okay, don't forget to do this, please. You are required by health law to post this and explain to your sellers, we're sorry, you don't feel comfortable having this ugly paper on the wall, okay? But unfortunately, if you want to sell your house during pandemic, this has to be on that wall. Point of entry, first thing they look at, when they open the front door, first wall, okay? That's where you have to put it, okay? And there is industry guide, okay, on how to show homes, the rules of how to show homes, okay? And it has industry guide on visual inspection disclosures and so much more. Go to the CAR.org website and you type in coronavirus, okay? This is the link, www.car.org/coronavirus, coronavirus, and you go to that website, you have all kinds of resources available to you as realtors. You must be familiar with coronavirus rules and regulations, because by saying, oh, I'm so new, I just got my license, I didn't know, it's not going to work. The law says you're a real estate licensee, you're showing houses, you must follow the coronavirus laws. It is laws, health laws. You must follow what your legal requirement is for showing. Otherwise, you're in big trouble. It is a violation of laws, okay? Okay. You can take a screenshot on this, and this is just one of the showing, the rules for showing during coronavirus. I'm not going to go into details, because let me tell you, showing for coronavirus the training for that can take 1 hour. My job here is to show you, hey, there is rules for showing you must follow. So take a screenshot of this and understand that, okay? And then always talk to your broker. I hope your broker is up on the standard of knowledge for coronavirus showing rules, because they're required to do that, okay? So please take a screenshot and study it with you. But most basic is you always have to sign a PEAD-V, PEAD-V. And also just remember, mask, gloves, okay? Mask, gloves, or cleaning solutions, and shoe covers. Mask, gloves, shoe covers, cleaning solutions, or soap. Okay, those are basic things that you just remember. Okay. I know some people don't like to wear gloves, but wearing gloves is recommended. Wearing mask is required. Wearing gloves is recommended, okay? But cleaning solution you should always have available. So for those of you who are showing people homes, you should always carry a box of masks, okay, and gloves and shoe covers on you in your car. This is what I tell my agents to do. Have that readily available in your trunk. Your realtor's trunk should have all of these, okay? Other things, your realtor's trunk should have other tools, but these are the basic for coronavirus pandemic showing, okay? NAR, Realtor Property Resource. I mentioned that at the beginning, Real Property Resource. I want to just reiterate that. RPR is one of the most innovative benefits that your NAR membership offers. It searches hundreds of data sets, okay, in the nation, over 100 million on and off market properties. So you, even though you're in California, let me tell you, when do I use RPR the most? I use it when my seller, after selling their property, I know they're going to Boston, Massachusetts. I do a RPR on Boston, Massachusetts marketplace, and I hand it to them. They said, wow, you have information about Boston? Oh, yes. I can even refer you to very experienced, very knowledgeable, very capable realtors in Boston. Okay, I can refer you to them. That way, you're a new kid on the block, stranger in town, in a new town, and you don't know anybody. I can help you. You know what I'm doing? I'm securing a referral fee. I am securing a referral fee because I can contact a realtor in Boston, Massachusetts, say, I have a ready available seller who just sold their homes. They're moving to Boston and they're going to come this weekend to look at properties. I want to negotiate referral fees. If you're willing to pay me part of your commission, I will refer my client to you. So you can take them from airport to houses to show them, hey, don't you think that's worth money? Definitely. So I just sold my seller's listing. I made a commission as a listing agent. Now I'm securing a referral fee commission. Okay, referral fee commission. Okay, don't ask me what is a standard. There's no such thing as standard referral fee. Everything is negotiable. Everything is negotiable. When do you know you ask too much? When you say this amount and they say, what? Forget it. Then you know you ask too much, okay? So just remember, it's anywhere from 1% up to maybe less than 50%. Usually it's never over 50%. So don't get too greedy. Don't forget, you're only doing the lip service. They have to do the hard work of driving them around, showing them, and they have to also write offers and and then go through escrow. They do a lot more than you just contacting them. Okay, so be fair. So it's never over 50%. It's somewhere between 1% to 49%. Somewhere. Okay, so you think about it. Somewhere in the middle. Okay, there is no such thing as standard. It's just a suggestion. Okay, so 0 to 49, somewhere in the middle, you can reach an agreement. Okay, and if you're a better negotiator, somewhere over the middle. If you're a bad negotiator, somewhere under the middle. But usually, if it's smack in the middle, you will always get an agreement. So negotiate. Hey, this is another good practice for your negotiation skill, isn't it? Okay, so always I use RPR for referral because I blown my client away. Oh, you have listing information in Boston? Oh yes, I have referral networks of very, very knowledgeable realtors all over the country. Oh, really? Oh, my son is going to Berkeley and he graduated and he found a job over there in Silicon Valley. Do you think you have somebody good that can help him buy a house? Ka-ching, another referral fee. You see how that works? During the year, my health was bad. I couldn't show houses anymore. You know how I make majority of my money? Referral fees. Okay, so here's just another hint from Brian, free tip. Okay, so don't think about doing things yourself. I have my agents who drove to Bakersfield to show homes because they want to make that, and only what? $400,000 home. Okay, and my agent's driving from LA to Bakersfield. Oh, so stupid. So stupid. The time that take them to go there and come back, they could have shown 4 or 5 houses here and probably made a lot more money because average homes around here are what? 500,000 to 600,000. Average home over there are what? 300,000 to 400,000. Go figure. Okay, don't be so greedy. Want to control your client. Okay, you can refer it out. Okay. Okay. This is a fuzzy picture. I don't know why they still have it on here. It's too fuzzy. But anyway, that's what basically a RPR report will look like. It's multiple pages. Okay, it's beautifully prepared, full of graphics. Make yourself look good. Okay. Here, this is all the other world. Most of us come to this page and guess what? We click here, right? I know Most of us just come right here and we click on this. We only focus on one thing. Here are all the other services available to you. Okay? Don't forget to check them out, explore. Okay? All these are extra services available to you. Okay? To the left, all these. Most of us just come here and click on that. It's just like, hey, it's like me, the way Brian Chen use iPhone, right? I use iPhone to talk on the phone. And maybe text message to my friend. How about all the other features on the iPhone? Okay, so please learn all these features. Okay, all these features. A whole new world is waiting for you to explore. This is exciting time. MLS is exciting. It's not just to look up listings. Okay, please do more, learn more. Now I'm going to talk to you the most boring portion, rules and regulations. Yes, we do have rules and regulations to regulate you. And if you violate those rules and regulations, you can and will be fined. You can and will be fined. Okay, so learn the rules and regulations, please. You can go to the CRMLS website and you can go down to compliance, click on compliance, and then scroll down to look for rules and regulations. Click and download those rules and regulations, okay? There's two things that you need to download. One is the rules and regulations, the document. That document is about 53 pages long, okay? And let me give you a hint. The first 8 or 9 pages are table of contents, okay? So the real document is about 45 pages long. 45 pages long, okay? That's the rules and regulations. And then there's citation policy. Citation policy, I forgot, is about what, 7 or 8 pages. It tells you what kind of rules you violate, how much you will be fined. What kind of rules you violate, how much you're gonna fine, okay? Print those two out, put it on your nightstand, and during the restless nights that you cannot sleep, pick up the rules and regulations. Make a promise to yourself, read 2 pages a night. Read 2 pages a night. Within a month, you know the rules and regulations, and you will sleep like a baby. You'll wake up, boy, invigorated, okay? Because when you read those rules and regulations just before you fall asleep, your mind will memorize them in your subconscious. Trust me, try that. So make a promise to yourself, read 2 pages at night. I guarantee you, by the end of the second page, you will fall asleep because it is boring. But unfortunately, you have to learn it, okay? This class, my portion used to be the entire afternoon from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 4 hours. And during those kind of classes, I used to pick 30 rules, just those 30 most common rules, and go over them in detail. Unfortunately, everybody complained that the new member orientation is too long. So I'm condensed down to 2.5 hours. So I'm not going to go through. I'm telling you where to read them. It is your duty to learn them, please. And I just told you a way for you don't need melatonin, you don't need NyQuil, you don't need those sleeping pills. You just read 2 pages, you will fall asleep because it is boring reading, but it's necessary. Okay. I do want to tell you, if you have a listing, you must put it on the MLS, period. It is the rule. It is a national rule. NAR have a clear cooperation policy, NAR rules policy 8.0. And Therefore, in California, in CRMLS, we adopted rule 7.9. Same thing, mandatory submission. You must put it in. If you don't put it in, it is a violation. Okay, so just remember, you have a listing, got to put it in. You have a listing, you got to put it in. With one exception. If the seller give you an instruction in writing, which we have a form called SELM, seller instruction to exclude listing from the MLS. Okay, that means the seller telling you, listen to this, Mr. Brian Chen, I know your MLS can expose my homes to thousands and thousands of potential buyers, but I do not want you to put my house onto the MLS. That's what the seller instruction of MLS SELM says. I know, and not only to the thousands of real estate agents out there, your MLS will also put it onto the websites all over the world. So the whole world will know, okay? And people from all over the world may make an offer on my house. But I don't want you to do that. I want you not to put it in. That's what SELM says. And that's the form. If you read the form, basically, of course, I'm paraphrasing for the purpose of animation, okay, and a little bit exaggeration to make a point. Because on the form, it does say, what does the MLS can do for your listing? And are you sure? And you got the initial, yes, I have read this, yes. And then at the bottom says, I do not want you to put the MLS and sign it. Let me ask you, what kind of seller in their right mind don't want their house to be exposed as much as possible? Can you think of one? Yes, there are sellers who don't want that. Who are those sellers? Very exclusive, very super rich person. Like, for example, in the year 2000, I was board president. David Engels sold his Beverly Hills mansion. Okay, he sold his Beverly Hills mansion for $105 million. In the year 2000, that was the highest priced real estate. Okay, of course, that house was never on the MLS. Why? How many people can spend $105 million on a house? They don't want just anybody to look at the house. They only want the super rich, exclusive people. And those people, you know, you have to submit your financial statements before they'll even make an appointment to you. You talk about exclusivity. We had last month, one of our agents was showing a house, okay, a $12 million home in Newport Beach. First thing they have to submit is the buyer's financial statement, not bank statement, financial statement. They want to know who the buyer is, what business he's doing. They know he's not going to be a, you know, a average business or small business owner. They know his business has to be certain level to afford that kind of home, right? So that's what they do. And it is on there that you must do that. Okay, so yes, they're very seldom, but there are some cases where the seller do not want their homes to be on the MLS. That is why CAR made this form. But let me tell you, the form says exactly what I told you. You're gonna miss the opportunity to expose your homes to thousands and thousands of people. And is that what you want? Yes, you initial. I seen this, and then I said, I don't want you to show it on the MLS. Most people, seller will never do that. So what is this rules about? It's about those dishonest realtors who want to sign a listing with a seller and then keep it to themselves so they can double end and never expose the listing to any other competitors. Is that fair to the seller? It is not fair to the seller. It is a violation of the listing contract, because the listing contract says, I will expose your listing to the open market. And the person didn't put it on the MLS. They kept it from the open market. It is illegal. It is illegal. But do people do illegal things? Do people do illegal things? Yes, there are agents out there who are not doing everything right. Okay, so this is a rule, and we have a form for that. If it is legitimate, seller have to initial. Okay, after they gave a paragraph, a long paragraph, half of the page talk about the benefit of MLS, and they have the initial. Yes, I read it, and then at the bottom it says, I don't want you to put it on the MLS for so long, or I don't want you to put it on the MLS at all. Never. Okay. Most seller won't sign that. Okay. We also have coming soon status, because the rule says you have to put the listing into the MLS within 48 hours after you sign the listing. And many agents are saying, wait a minute, I just signed the listing, but the house is not ready. We have to do the aerial shots. We have to do the 3D virtual tools. We have to get the professional photographers to take a picture. We have to get the home staged, professionally staged. And we have to do flyers. I have to prepare everything. So the MLS has a category called what? Coming soon status. This rule effective May 1, 2020, also came at the same time. New category called coming soon status, because we require you to put the listing into the MLS system within 48 hours. Okay. And if you put it in as a coming soon, you have 21 days. 21 days to prepare everything. That's 3 weeks. Plenty of time for you to do everything. Okay. To prepare the house for the market. On the 22nd day, the system will automatically convert the coming soon to active. Then you can start advertising, you can start marketing. Okay, you can do a lot of things, but no showing is allowed during coming soon status, because you're not exposing the showing to everyone else. You see how that works? During the first 21 days, nobody can see the house, so you cannot. Okay, because the house is not ready, you're still preparing, so you cannot do that. Okay, you cannot show houses, because everyone on the MLS has to start fairly. The entire principle of MLS is how to be fair to everyone else. So that's the principle. So if one person can be shown the house, everybody can show the house. That's basically what it means. So if during the first 21 days, you're preparing the property for the market, so no showings, no showings. Okay? You don't have to wait the full 21 days. Maybe after 2 weeks, everything is done. Then you can convert, you do it. You can go to the computer and says, change the status to active. Okay, change the status to active. You can do that. Okay, the system will automatically give you 21 days and then convert to active. But you don't have to wait the 21 days. Some people only needed 7 days to prepare. They got a photographer and got the aerial shots, everything all done, beautiful flyer, everything. They're ready for market in 7 days. Go and convert. Okay, you can do that. During the coming soon, yes, buyer can submit blind offers. You know what is blind offers? Blind offers is, I haven't seen the house at all, but I want to make an offer on your house. Okay. Yes, technically seller can accept them. That means the house is sold before it's even shown to another person. Technically. Why do I say technically? Because most seller wants competition. In today's world, a reasonably priced listing will always get 7 to 10 offers. That means 7 to 10 buyers competing. Have you ever made an offer and then received a seller multiple counter offer says highest and best price? They want everybody to compete on price, bring it up. We have homes. I have an agent who came to me very mad, said, hey, you know, I have a listing. Uh, um, I saw a listing. Okay, it was listed for $785,000. We made an offer $830,000, and we didn't even get it. I think the listing agent is double ending it. I think the listing agent is not fair. I think that. I said, well, if that's what you think, okay, keep an eye on that listing. The moment that listing is sold, look into it. Look at the sold price and look at who sold it. Sure enough, 40 days later, the listing is shows sold. It is sold. They look it up. You know how much was the sale price? Remember, she said she made an offer 830,000. The sold price was 925,000. Yes, 925,000. Almost 100,000 higher than hers. Her lips are sealed. I said, well, what gives? What's going on? Are we going to file a ethics complaint against the listing agent? No. Why? It was so higher. How much higher? It was so far 925. I said, how much was yours? 830. But that's not fair. It's $50,000 above the listing price. I say, hey, that's the typical list low and sell high tactic. Because if you list it low, below market, I said, what attracted your buyer to the listing? Because the price, it was under market pricing. And can you find this kind of great deals? I said, okay. So you knew the house was under market. And did you do a CMA? Oh, yes. The CMA shows about anywhere between 840 to 875. So why did your buyer submit 830? Oh, because he says 50,000 above the listing price is high enough. I said, well, too bad. So sad. You knew your CMA came out up to 875. Okay. And you know there is a lot of competitors. So the house was sold for 925, fair and square. Okay. So that's why earlier I said it is very fierce competition. So it's up to you to be creative. It's up to you to negotiate. And it's up to you to do a better client control. Client control. That doesn't mean you're completely controlling. That's how you train your client, gain your client their trust, and then change their mindset about finding bargains. Her client was looking for bargains. There is no bargains in today's market. It is a seller's hot market. It's the hottest market in, I think, in the last 20 years that I can remember. Oh, the first 10 years of my real estate career was awful because back in the 90s was a real estate drought from 92 to 98, about 99, 92 to 99. Oh my God, real estate was so awful. Okay. During that time, I become a escrow officer. I become a loan officer. I become a loan funder for a lender. Oh, I've done all kinds of things. So I know about escrow. Why? Because I have a very inquisitive mind. I wanted to learn every aspect of real estate. And during that time, I have learned so much about title. I have pretty good title knowledge comparable to a title rep. Okay, so, so during the slow times, I did not just sit around twiddling my thumb. I continue to educate myself to get more knowledge on real estate. And that's what you should do too, okay? That's just a personal suggestion. It's not an association member requirement. It's just my personal advice as a friend to you, because you're new to the business and new to our association. I just want to give you some, ideas how to improve and become more competitive, become more knowledgeable in your trade. Okay. Okay, here are some of the listing categories. There are 8 of them: residential, residential income, residential lease, okay, land and lot, and mobile homes, commercial, industrial, commercial lease, and business opportunities. These 8 categories are the categories you can search on the CRMLS database, okay? You want to gather all information before you input a listing. So there is a listing input form for all the 8 of these categories. So you should print them out and fill out those forms with information that you have verified to be accurate. And let me give you a hint. On that form, anything with a red asterisk is a required field. What does that mean? If you don't put the information in that field, your listing cannot go to the next page. Your listing is unfinished, cannot advance. So red asterisk means required information. You must put in information in that field. Okay, not all. There are a lot of optional fields, but you should, as a good listing agent, you should fill in as much information as possible about your listings, because that way another realtor can look at the listings and know how to market your listing to his or her client. How to show properties. I want you to be sure and follow the listing agent's showing instructions. Please follow the listing agent's showing instructions. If it says appointment only, well, right now during pandemic, it is appointment only. There is no, go direct, because you still have to, before, even if a vacant home, and even if a vacant home, you still have to send the PEAD-V to the listing agent. So, hey, you listing agents, if you have a vacant home, doesn't mean you can just forget it and just have them go direct. The health law require you to keep track of everyone who enters that property. That is PEAD, property entry, okay? Advisory and disclosure, property entry, advisory and disclosure, PEAD. That is legally health law required document. So during the pandemic, everything's appointment only. But when the pandemic is over, we have all these different ways of showing. Okay, always please follow that instruction. Several years ago, is quite, I heard of a very sad story. I heard of a very sad story because I am on the professional standards committee. I hear cases. So sometimes realtors saw me and they wanted to file complaint, and they come to me for advice. And this is what happened. We have a listing agent who the listing agent is from West Covina, and who listed a house in Alhambra. And the house belongs to a Alhambra firefighter. I don't know if any of you know any firefighters. They work in shifts of 4 days a week. During the 4 days, I think they sleep. They sleep at the station or something. Okay, and they're during their shift, they're at the station, and they're at the station for longest hours, and they actually will sleep over at the stations. And his wife has some kind of mental disorder called schizophrenic, certified schizophrenic person. Okay, so it's scared, it's suspicious about the world. So she cocoons herself in the home. Next door neighbor, well, not next door, maybe two or three doors, very close to her home, is her childhood friend. She trusts that childhood friend. So the arrangement for showing is this. And because the firefighter really motivated to sell the home, so they don't want to do 24 hours appointments, because sometimes 24 hours people call and cancel the next day because it's too long. So the listing agents told them, how about 2 hours advance notice? Would that be enough? He said, perfect, 2 hours advance notice. So the listing instruction says, must call first, 2 hours in advance, must, in all capital letters, must call 2 hours in advance to arrange for appointment. Appointment only. And he put a lockbox in the back door. Okay, he put the lockbox in the back door. But on the listing, it did not say lockbox in the back door, because he want people to call them. And then when the person is there to call him again, then he'll give out the location of the lockbox. He hide it in the back door. Okay, what happened? We had an agent showing a house just about 1 block away. And while they're driving away from that showing, the client saw this house, a sign, and liked the house from the outside. So what about this house? So the buyer's agent pulled over, walked to the back of the house. He actually walked to the back of the house and saw the lockbox. So, there's a lockbox. Use his key, open the lockbox. Okay. And listing agent is partly at fault too, because the listing agent did not use a CBS code. The listing agent is a new agent. He didn't know about lockbox. You can have a CBS code. So even if you have a CBS code, unless he get that code, nobody can open the lockbox, even another super key user. Okay. So he didn't know about that. So he learned a valuable lesson. So the agent took the key, walked to the front and said, come on, I can show you the house. And then he knocked on the door very loudly, knock on the door, knock on the door. The original intent was you call 2 hours advance. The listing agent will call Betty, will call the childhood friend. The listing agent will call the childhood friend. The childhood friend will go knock on the door and say, hey, honey, let's go shopping. And the gal only trusts her childhood friend because she's afraid of stepping outside. Okay, so she go with her, and then they go in the car, so they will leave the house for about an hour and come back, giving the agents who made the appointment time to show the house. That was the original arrangement. This stupid agent just went and opened the lockbox, got the key, and start knocking on the door. Unfortunately, the wife was upstairs taking a shower. Did not hear the door. Can you hear when the shower is going, can you hear somebody knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell? No. So after knocking on the door, there's nobody answering, and he listened, there's no noise. He opened the front door, brought the client in, start showing the house to a schizophrenic who's afraid of people breaking into the house. What does it look like to her? When she stepped out of the shower, wearing only towels and hearing noises and people talking downstairs. You know how scary that is? That lady called 911 and start yelling and screaming, oh my God, the husband had to come home to calm her down. The husband almost sued the listing agent. The poor listing agent didn't do anything really wrong. Who's at fault? It's the agent's fault, right? The listing agent. And who does the seller know? Only know the listing agent. So the seller canceled the listing and threatened to sue the listing agent because his wife had to be hospitalized. Why am I telling you this extreme real example? It is a real example. Why do I tell you this? It's because you don't know what is the reason they require you to make an appointment. You just have to obey that. Say, okay, appointment only. Do not second guess. Do not second guess the listing agent. It is their listing. Okay. They call the shot on how the listing is to be shown. I know we have agents says, that listing agent just want to make showing difficult so he can double end the deal. Everybody want to assume the worst. Just like my agent who didn't get that listing at 850,000. She assumed the listing agent double-ended the deal. She assumed the listing agent played the tricks. Not until escrow closed, the sold price is shown, then she realized the house was sold for $925,000. Okay, almost $100,000 more than her 800, 830. So just don't assume the worst. Follow the instructions. Okay, it is your job to follow showing instructions of listing agents. So please don't be a victim. I don't know what happened to that selling agent, but I guess when the story was when he heard the wife screaming, oh boy, he and his client ran out of the door, leaving the door open. And they ran to the car and drove off before the police arrived. They were scared. But I don't think that buyer would make an offer with that agent because the agent put them in that kind of scary position. The agent's credibility is gone. Okay. So anyway, so that agent got away with a big bad thing, and the listing agent got hurt because lost a perfectly good listing and lost the client's confidence. And probably the client's going to tell 10 friends about his experience. So that guy really suffered, business reputation tarnishment. Okay. Not good. Okay. Listing agents. Did you know you can have instant lockbox access report? If you enter your lockbox serial number into your listing, on your listing, when you look at it, not everybody else don't see it. But if you're a listing agent, you log into the MLS system, on your listing, you'll see a box, lockbox icon with a scroll next to it. That is the lockbox instant access report. Okay, you click on it, it'll tell you who entered the property, when. Okay, it will tell you the agent's name, their license number, their phone number, their email address, what time the lockbox was open, what time the lockbox was closed. So let me tell you, agents, if you're showing the house, you open the lockbox with your Supra key, okay? You open the lockbox. Another agent wants to show the house. You're about to lock the door. He said, "Oh, don't, just hold it open. I'll be quick and I'll be gone. And you can go." Don't do that. Close the door, lock the door, and put the lockbox back in. Put the keys back in the lockbox and close it. Let the other agent use his Supra lockbox key to open it, because anytime you use a Supra lockbox key to open a lockbox, it is registered you as the one who opened the lockbox. It says what time the box opened and what time the box closed. So during this time, if there is a crime happening, it's very easy for them to track back to you. So protect yourself. Don't say, "Oh, I'm very courteous, so I open the door," and hold the door open and say, "Oh yeah, go ahead, come in," and then close the door and put the key. Now, whatever that agent is doing or their client is doing is on you, because the Supra lockbox access report says who showed it. Says you showed it. Never said the other agent showed it after you, because you held the door open, they went inside. Okay, so remember that. You have to protect yourself. Every agent should use their Supra key to open lockbox for their own. It is not a discourteous thing. And if they're getting mad at you, just smile at them, say, "That's the rule. You know the rules. Go ahead and open it with your lockbox key." Okay, so don't be afraid of doing the right thing. Okay. You know how CRMLS communicate with you when there is a suspected rules violations? They will give you courtesy emails. They will send you emails. So you must verify with the association. Better yet, go to the matrix system, go to the roster and look up your own information on the matrix system. And then look at your email address. Make sure it is correct. I have agents who changed their email because their email was hacked. Okay, their email was hacked. They changed the email, forgot to tell the association. Okay, they used new email address, and the old email address was hacked, so they don't get anything. And CRMLers keep on sending them the first warning, second warning, first fine, second fine, third is suspension, and all of a sudden she can no longer show houses. And then find out there was a fine, accumulated against her. Okay, so anyway, so be sure you have the right information. Okay, let me give you just an example of the common violations. Okay, exterior photo, you got to put in at least one photograph, at least one photograph. Okay, of course, I don't know, I haven't seen a listing without photos for a while, but still sometimes I do see it, no photo, and you got to have a photo. That's a violation. Okay, branded photo, that's another violation. Some people put photo and on the bottom it has their advertisement on it. No, 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 no. You're putting the information into MLS. Who uses MLS? Another realtor. They use it to what? To show to their client. So if you put branded photos, that's an automatic violation. Okay. Here is another violation. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you. They didn't say it here, maybe, because they didn't think people do that. You cannot use another person's listing photo for your listing. That means if you are a new listing agent and the house expired, had an expired listing, you cannot just go to the expired listing and start pulling the photo out of that and put it into yours. That is $1,500 fine, no warnings. That is $1,500 fine, no warnings. Okay, so you got to remember, no branded information. Okay, so mandatory submission. Here is what I talked about. Remember, you have 2 business days. You must put it in. So 2 business days. Brian Chen says 48 hours. Forget about business days because we get confused. 48 hours. That's easy to remember. That's 2 calendar days. Forget about business days, okay? They can give you business day that give you more time. You should work on calendar days so you're always on time, never late, okay? That's how I avoid it. I have never, ever been charged with a violation in my 32 years, ever. Because I follow my own standards. And when I do it, I will never violate anything, okay? Okay, accuracy of information. I don't know why people put false information into the MLS. Okay, but you got to verify all the information before you put it in. This is MLS system. This is a professional database put in by licensed individuals. When you have a licensed individual, when you have a licensed activity, accuracy is expected. Accuracy is expected. So you have to verify everything. Okay, PADV, you must use it. We still have people who are creative people. I don't know why. They sign the PAD, send it to the listing agent, and the PAD says 2 potential viewers. two potential viewers and two people signed. And when they show up at the property, there were four people. Oh, because the father and mother decided to tag along. Well, if that's the case, whip up a new PEAD form, have all four people re-sign, take a photograph, an email or text message or whatever, or do both to the listing agent says, I'm at the property, I'm going to enter, but now we have four people, not just those two. The health law require everyone who entered the property to be properly logged and tracked. That's the law. So, don't mess around with it. We have a pandemic, okay? We have to track every single person that entered the property, including you. So don't just have two people sign and then, oh, four people, no problem, show it. That's a violation, okay? Lockbox combination. Oh, combination lockbox. Oh, that's the worst lockbox in the world. The super lockbox is secure lockbox. Only authorized person can operate it and get in. And every time somebody go in there is tracked by that lockbox. But combination lockbox, you have no control who actually opened it. So I'm the listing agent. I give you the combination. You know what? You are bound not to give out that combination ever to anyone else. Okay. And when you operate a combination lockbox, usually your client's behind you, right? You have to tell your client to please step back a little bit. Let me open the lockbox before I can let you in. You have to control your client, put them back, and then shield the lockbox with your body and operate the lockbox. As soon as you open up the lockbox, mess up the combo because the dial, if you don't mess up the combo, you open the lockbox, get the key. Anyone who walk by, look at the combo, they know what the combo is. So it's up to you to open the lockbox key holder and then mess up the combo and then open the door. And then when you go back, because the combo is messed up, you can't put the thing back. Then you got to do the combo again, hide it, do the combo again, then put the key holder back into the slot and close it. But let me tell you, listing agents, please do not use combo lockbox. You are required to use one that's authorized by the association. If you want to use a combo, that's a second lockbox. Okay, so don't violate lockbox rules. Okay, you know how much one of my agent got fined for not doing the right thing, and her client saw the combo? Oh my God, you have never heard of such horrible stories. And this is true. Her client opened transaction, and before the transaction closed, because her client is going back to China very soon, so she contacted a contractor and paid the contractor the 50% initial deposit to start the job. And she was thinking she's about 20 days from closing. So she gave the lockbox combination because she saw it. She saw the lockbox combination on the box. So she knew what the combo is. She gave the combo to the contractor and said, just go in there and take measurements. Take measurements for me, and we will go and shop for, because they want to remodel the master bathroom. She want to build a beautiful master bathroom. Okay, so the contractor went in there in the morning and took a measure, and the contractor was thinking, because the buyer never told the contractor, this thing is still in escrow. So the contractor said, oh, it's vacant and she's already paid me to start my job. While I'm here, I might as well start knocking down the walls in the master bathroom. I had 15 photos of what the master bathroom looked like. The property hasn't closed escrow yet. It is the biggest mess of miscommunication. And the seller brought my agent up on charges. She was fined $4,000 for this mistake. Doesn't matter. She didn't give it out. The client saw it because she did not mess up the lockbox the way I'm telling you to do it. She never followed this instruction. She just opened it and opened the door. And the client just, people are curious. The good old saying, curiosity killed the cat. People were curious, saw the combo. Okay, saw the combo. Only 4-digit. And usually it's something not that hard to remember. Maybe it's 3478. Maybe, something easy to, only 4 digits, very easy to remember, especially when the buyer is curious about the lockbox. Oh, so they just open the lockbox like that, can go in. Wow, this is how people in America works. Okay, so she went back to China, left a big mess for our agents to handle, and the seller was furious. Okay, someone just demolished their master bathroom before the property closed escrow. And the licensed contractor wrote a letter. I'm sorry, it was an honest mistake. I was paid. I showed the receipt, showed the paid, 50% paid. And it says, nobody ever paid 50% deposit before escrow close because anything can happen. Maybe the escrow failed. Then the contractor has already got 50% to do a job for this house. No one's stupid enough to do that. So the contractor naturally think, I thought she was the owner. Who else will pay a contractor 50% advance payment for starting a job? The contract says to start a job, 50% down pay at start of job. So as far as his is concerned, he's been paid to start a job. As far as the buyer is concerned, because I'm leaving for China in just a couple of weeks, I want to make sure the contractor measure everything so I can go to the stores and pick the materials I want. Everybody is a whole bunch of circumstances, all originated because the lockbox combo was leaked, accidentally leaked. So you got to make sure you shield the combo. It is your job to protect the combo from leaking out. Okay? I know we talked about a lot of rules and regulations. Okay, we talk so much about rules and regulations, and it's scary. And I told you 45 pages of rules and regulation you got to read, right? Well, that's good sleeping aid. And for those people having constipation problem like me, I also put one next to my throne chair. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, my throne chair. What is a man's throne chair? Yeah, you guessed it. It's the toilet, right? So I put it in. So whenever I have time, I still review some of the things. Okay, because why? It's boring as reading. Okay, so I gave you the tips on how to sleep better with the rules and regulations. I'm going to give you a tip. If you follow these 4 tips, you probably will not violate any rules and regulations. Okay? Here it goes. You put every listing, okay? It says 2 business days. Brian Chen says what? I told you earlier, 48 hours, 48 hours. Put all the listing within 48 hours. You will be well in advance of the 2 business days rule, okay? And then make sure all information are accurate. That's what you're supposed to do in the beginning. So do a good job of verifying the information. Keep the status and information up to date. What does that mean? If I have an active listing and now is under contract, okay, I have an accepted contract. It is no longer called active. It is now called you for under contract. That sends a signal to the agents who showing the house saying, oh, they already have someone in escrow, but still under the contingency period. So the buyer can back out anytime, because in today's tough, uh, competitive marketplace, buyers, they cannot find other properties. They want to be backup offers. Yes, we have buyers who says, I want to be the first backup, okay, because I like this house. But chances are that it's going to close. Well, there are also chances not closing, correct? So when it's you have to inform your buyer. I, who wrote up the offer, have to give my buyer a backup offer addendum to sign. So the buyer knows the best it can be is a backup offer. Okay, prepare my client. Okay, so you got to make sure it's a you. And once the contingencies are removed, what is the status? Is P for pending. P for pending. You got to update this data, okay? And then once it closed, is S. Is S for sold. S for sold. You gotta update it within 48 hours. You gotta do it right away. Okay? So, and don't ignore compliance emails. Don't ignore compliance emails. Whenever you receive email, read what it says and follow the instruction it gives you. Okay, sometimes it's just a warning and you follow the instruction, you're fine. Sometimes if it asks you for providing the document, for example, they say, send us a copy of your listing agreement. You have 24 hours to do that. Did you know that? It will say that in the compliance email. If you don't do it within 24 hours, next email you get is you are in violation. You are found guilty because you didn't show the evidence to support your innocence. Okay, so don't ignore these compliance emails. Did you know that before your listing expires or before the listing goes to auto sale, 14 days before, it will send you one email, and then 7 days before the event date, it will send you one reminder email once every day. So totally you will receive 8 reminder email of a triggering event. For example, either a listing expiration or a auto sale. That means your listing, when you put it into pending, it asks you for who is the selling agent, what date, estimated closing date is coming up. So I keep on reminding my agents, hey, I know escrow sometimes get delayed. Sometimes it get delayed 2 or 3 days. So whenever you have a situation where escrow is delayed, go into your listing right away and change the estimated closing date. I tell my agent, put in your estimated closing date 3 days more, because you're supposed to go in there on the day it closed. So if you put 3 days more, the system will never violate automatic converting the listing into sold. You'll never accidentally violate the rules. And still, as a broker, I see rule violations email, because the system send it to the agent and also send a copy to the broker. I see it all the time. I have over 500 agents I manage. Every single day, I receive some kind of warning letter. And yet I'm still preaching to all of my agents, you got to do this. And sometimes my agent got fined. One of my agent got fined. And I said, why did you not even look at your emails? You got all those daily email reminder. My email are full of reminders because think about it. All of my agents who gets reminder emails, I get it too. So I ignore those because it is not my job to follow up. It is the agent's job to follow up. So one agent got fined $250 and said, I said, this is the third time this year. What's going on? Why can't you pay attention? I'm just too busy every day. She is very busy. She sold 12 listings, 12 homes in 1 month. She's very busy. But I said, if you're that busy, you need to get an assistant. Or at night, get in the habit of reading all of your email at night before you sleep. That's your discipline. You cannot say because you worked all day, you're tired and you don't read your email. Look at, you keep on getting fined. And she's upset. Why she thinks the CRML is picking on her. I said, nobody is picking on you. The system is automatic. This is the automatic email. Okay, an automatic fine because you are previous offenders. The next time you'll be $500 because the system keep track. First time $100, second time $250, third time $500, and the next time $1,500. So I told her, you just have to pay attention. Okay. So if you follow Brian Chen's rule, okay, if you do this up to date right away immediately, and you always read your email, you won't have a problem. The system will give you notice well in advance. Okay. Treat everybody fairly and with professional courtesy. What does that mean? That means if you're a listing agent, someone called you and left you a voicemail. If you're too busy to answer, to call back, at least text message that person. Give them some kind of response. They ask me questions. I'm too busy to call because I don't want, every time I talk to somebody on the phone, they want to go through the greetings, the rapport building. It's too much trouble. I just want to get to the point. So just text them the information they need to know right away. I said, then you text them, forget, right? Then they get a response from you. One of the number one complaints I hear from agent all the time is, I can't get a hold of the listing agent. I need to ask him a question and he doesn't answer me back. This listing agent is so bad. He just want to do double ending themselves. That's what agents always assume. Do you want to be that? And pretty soon, did you know not cooperating with a realtor is a rule violation? You must cooperate with another realtor. So I have bring people up on charges. Why? Because I'm one of the hearing panelists. So I know, and I have agents says, this guy always, never. And this is the third listings I show, the third of his listings I show. He doesn't do it. I said, bring him up on charges. Bring the phone log, print out all the emails that you sent to him, and then bring him up on charges. He's found guilty. Okay, for not cooperating. Not only that, he's not cooperating with another realtor. That's one. Breach of fiduciary duty. That's number two. Why? He has a fiduciary duty to be responsible for his listings and help other agents to sell his listings. So if someone who is not cooperating, he also breached the fiduciary duty. Okay, so minimum 2 charges already. Okay, so be courteous. If you treat everybody fairly, nobody's gonna claim that you try to double end the deal yourself. If you treat people with professional courtesy, they contact you, you contact them back, you reply. Nobody's gonna bring you up on charges, okay? Once again, you can go to there to look for the rules and policies. You can go there to look for rules and policies. Just remember Realtor's golden rule. Do unto others as you would others do unto you. What does that mean? Take it in reverse. Whatever you don't want to happen to you, don't do it to the other agent. So for listing agents, whatever you don't want to happen to you, don't do it to the other agent. Same thing for you. Whatever you don't want to happen to you, don't do it to the other agents. In other words, what? Don't backstabbing another person. Oh, so you're seeing houses with what? Who, John? Oh my God, he's the worst realtors. And let me tell you, if I show you the houses, you will see a whole bunch of difference. You don't disparage another realtor, okay? You just do your job. All I ask my client is, you have every right to see homes with other realtors, okay? But the only thing I want you to commit to me is, if I show you the home, you write offer with me. Would you agree to that? If you don't, I don't want to show houses. And if you do, that's put it in writing. And I do that. I do that with my clients. Okay. I don't want to steal other people's houses that they have shown to you. They work hard for that. If you like that house, don't ask me to write offers on that house. He showed it to you. You need to give him the chance to write the offer. But if I show you this house and you're interested, you write the offer with me. That's the basic I can ask. Okay? Basic commitment I can ask from you, because I don't get paid a salary. I only make money when I have, sold a house. And if I spend my time investing my time serving you, at least be fair to me. Whatever I show you, and if you like what I shown you, and you like the way I analyze the property for you, and enough to get you interested in writing the offer, write it with me. That's my statement to everyone. That's how I pre-qualified my buyers, my buyer clients. Okay? You guys chose a very lucrative career. What other kind of careers can you do that you sell one house, you make maybe 15 to 20 to 25, sometimes $30,000. Okay? Depending on the price of the home, I have agents that make over $100,000 in gross commissions a month. That means they sell 4 or 5 homes. Okay, so there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Chase after it, but have some fun doing it. Real estate is tough, I know, but you should look for the fun things in the toughness. Okay, so welcome to real estate. Thank you very much. It is my honor to spend the last 2 hours with you. I hope I have added a little bit of humor and make this 2 hours more bearable for you. But just remember, this is a good career for all of you. Have fun.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much for the very informative presentation. We will wait just 1 or 2 minutes to see if there are any questions that Brian can answer for you.
I will try.
I did have one. It says, what is the MLS resource called again that allows us to look up whether the HOA is eligible for the FHA loan?
It's the let me go back to that slide. It's the FHA Pro, I think. The FHA Pro. The FHA Pro.
Thank you so much. I don't see any other questions. If there are no more questions, we will go ahead and conclude the new member orientation. Please be on the lookout for an email that has the recorded version of this email, as well as a survey of how your experience was, and information on how to complete the Code of Ethics online course if you have not already completed that. As a reminder, you must complete the new member orientation as well as the online Code of Ethics course in order to receive your 50% refundable deposit. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.